And welcome to another Disney reading. Today we've got Disney's Hercules, Bring a Friend, which is April 12th.
I wasn't in the other video, but I'm in this one now.
Oh, you know, it's a dirty, smelly assistant.
No.
Right, okay. Hercules was training to be a hero, and it was a lot of work. One day, Phil, his coach, set up a practice course for Hercules and then tied his students' hands behind his back. Herc had to run the course with no hands. Phil had put a doll at the end of the course. He said it was a practice damsel in distress, and Hercules was supposed to rescue it. So the hero in training rushed into the first section of the course, a darkened cave. Herc plunged into darkness and fell headlong into a stagnant water. Yuck! Hercules spat out the putrid water and scowled. He wanted to be a hero more than anything, but sometimes Phil made things a little more difficult than necessary. Feeling his way into the darkness with his feet, Herc noticed something slithery slipping around his ankles. Snakes! Herc shook several of the water snakes out of his sandals. He hurried towards the other end of the cave and dived into the daylight, shaking the last snake off his feet. Panting, Herc lay down on the grass to rest for a moment. "Rest later," Phil shouted. Herc rolled slowly over. The doll had to be around here somewhere. Behind him, Hercules heard more stamping hooves and turned around. A huge ox was thundering towards him. Herc jumped to his feet. He dodged the ox, but another was on his heels. Spotting the damsel at last, Herc leaped over the second ox. The doll was sitting 20 feet above him on the edge of a steep cliff. At least Phil had left him a rope. In fact, it looked as though Phil had left two. Gripping the first rope in his jaws, Herc inched steadily upwards. He was about halfway up when Phil lit the end of the second rope, which was soaked with oil. The fire raced up the rope towards a stack of dry wood under Herc's damsel. Hercules threw himself the last few feet. He tackled the damsel, rolling away from the stack of wood, which was now blazing merrily away. Breathing hard, Hercules finally relaxed. And another thing, Phil's gruff voice echoed up from the base of the cliff. Hercules held his breath, but not because he was waiting for Phil's next words. Herc was holding his breath because he had spotted a scorpion next to his foot. The insect was poised to sting. Crunch! Hercules' winged horse Pegasus used his hoof to flatten the creature. Hercules smiled at Pegasus as Phil's final words of advice reached his ears. It was the best tip yet. Always bring a friend. So if you like that story, click like. If you'd like to see more, click subscribe. And the next one will be Monsters Inc. Mike's Worst Nightmare. Bye bye.